Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I record through the SP and then into the Apollo. So let's get straight to it. First off, we have our turntable. So in this case, we have the turntable going with RCA cables out through the output. Okay, and then straight into the line in of the SP404. So it goes turntable into the SP404 line in. So just always remember the workflow is what is going into the system, and then on the SP we're going to be hitting the external source button, and then that's going to come back out, and then we're going to go line out. So this cable is going out of the SP404. This cable goes and does this thing, and then straight up into the input of the Apollo. Okay, so we have the turntable into the SP404, going out of the SP404 into the Apollo. And so once it's going into the Apollo, we're gonna hit this preamp button right here, and then this orange, that's pretty much the input, but we have it triggering channel 1 and 2. Channel 1 and 2 is because we have both of these 1/4 inch cables. Now, because it's going into the Apollo, if you're not familiar, we have this going with a preamp. So the preamp that we have, and if you don't know, just do your research, but if you already know, so the preamp that we have is the API. So we have API preamp. So essentially we have whatever record you're playing straight up going into the hardware, the SP404, and an API preamp. So this is typically my my recording of choice, my recording in of choice for now. Just on a budget, I guess you would say. It just makes it so much easier to be able to do this on a budget. So Universal Audio was good, hook me up. So I'm gonna give you a little taste though. Oh. So that audio you're hearing is essentially being processed through SP404 and the API. It'll never be duplicated. So sometimes I'll also just record like EQ. Just like that. Boom. And okay. All right, so that's how I record into the from the turntable. Now next, I'm going to show you how I record essentially my whole master mix through the SP404, and also I guess into the API. So I'm gonna go ahead and first take this off the turntable. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this guy off, and then I'm gonna take these RCA cables. That's how I know them. And then I'm gonna put them in the back of the Apollo. If you take a look at the Apollo, it's the line out. No, sorry. Excuse the camera work. I'm trying to go one-handed right here. So it's RCA into with 1/4 inch adapters, but I have it written down right here. So we're going essentially Logic Pro X with the line out. That's the one that we just going, or that we going. That's the one that we just popped in. So this is the signal flow, if you will. Logic Pro X through the line out. That's the one that we just did. Now that's going straight into the SP404. So that these are going straight into here, the line in, and then processed through the SP404, and then sent back out for the line out to the Apollo for these inputs right here. So again, here's the flow. Logic Pro X line out into the SP404 being processed if you want, line in, and then SP404 line out, heading back into the Apollo's input with the 1/4 inch cables. Those are the 1/4 inch cables right there. And then triggers the preamp and its API. So again, the API. Now what I have in Logic is just a audio track with this IO as a plugin. So what you got to do is hit this plugin, IO, mono stereo, and I created recall default. Now this, obviously, I just make as my default. -8 dB just to kind of shave off that input, output, and just copy these settings and then make it to yours if you got it. Input. And then every time I have it going, I just hit the ping, make sure it's connecting. And then, so I have my track playing, hit the record. Just like that. Let me know if I confused anybody. I know it's a little going around, but I just wish I had this video when I was first coming up, trying to figure out this SP404 thing and using it as an effects processor. So let me know if you have any questions below. See you in the next one. Peace.